Welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to talk about the lifetime value of your customers as an artist. I know that it sounds very weird, like the lifetime value of a customer. What exactly is it? People usually refer it to CLV, or customer lifetime value, or CLTV, or LTVC, however you want to call it. It's a very important matrix for any business to be able to understand, to attract and retain their customers. As an artist, it's also super important for you to understand your collectors in order to serve them better, attract them, and grow your business and become a more successful artist. What exactly is this CLV? It is the customer's value to your business over a lifetime or over a period of time. It really depends on how you want to go about it. And for every business is different. If you're selling children's shoes, the children grow out of your shoes. You don't expect adults to buy your children's shoes. If you are targeting at a certain kind of age group, then it is normal for those age group to grow out of your products, of your businesses, and then they are no longer your customers. But if you're not targeting at specific customers, you're selling your art to all kind of people, that whoever that likes your kind of art, then you don't need to really think about this period of time. You can say, as long as my customers survives, or for the sake of calculation, you can calculate by year, by 10 years, by as long as you're in business, however you want. How usually companies calculate their lifetime value of their customers? It really depends on the business. If you are Starbucks, you want to calculate by month. Like if a coffee is $5 a coffee and the customer is coming back maybe 20 times because Monday to Friday and you're coming to go to Starbucks before your work, you have a coffee, then that means you have €100 or $100 spending in this shop every month, and your customer value to that company can be 100, and that's gross value. If you are a coffee, you need to know how much you actually spend on making the coffee and how much you are profit, like net profit from your customers. You can calculate net, which is maybe 50% margin. You say $50 per month from this customer every month. If you're an artist, you might not want to calculate net if you're a digital artist, because gross and net is pretty much the same, because you spend minimal amortization of your appliances, of your electricity to produce that digital art. So you don't have to calculate net. You can leave it as however you want. The idea is that you are doing it to compare to yourself, only yourself. You want to understand your customers and compare to your previous period of time to see if you are improving. And you don't really need to compare to other businesses, other artists. So you can calculate using whatever way, whatever metrics or apps that you want. There are apps and softwares for companies to keep tracks of the customer lifetime value. I know it's crazy, but you do it however you want, as long as you stick to a method that works for you, so that you can keep a good track of how you're doing. Why it is super important to know your CLV? The first thing is that it helps you to segment your customers and put them into mini boxes temporarily, so you know who are your most valuable customers. When you're selling artworks or art prints to your customers, you feel like emotional. You're building a personal relation to your customers, and it's very hard to separate that emotion. And you get to know those people. It's very hard for you to judge them by how much value they bring to you, how much money they spend in your store. You get to know them like friends, and you get emotional. And maybe it's not a really good thing, because you are running a business after all. You need to step back, maybe a few steps back, and see who are the valuable customers, so you can serve them better once you understand who they are. The second thing is that it helps you to retain your customers. Once you know who are your biggest spenders in your art store, in your art website, then you know those biggest customers. You need to give them gifts, send personalized emails and maybe postcards, and you need to give them personalized discounts so that you can retain them, keep them coming back and purchasing more and more artworks and different kind of products from you. The third thing is that it helps you to calculate the acquisition costs. Acquisition costs is how much you need to spend to acquire this customer. Imagine if you just launched Shopify store to sell art prints, and you need to acquire new clients because you never sold art prints before and you don't know how to acquire them. So you go to Facebook and launched a campaign on Facebook and you spend $50. After you spent $50, maybe you acquired 5 clients from the $50, and the 5 clients spend over the year $1,000 each, so you earned $5,000. And maybe over 10 years, that's $50,000. I'm just saying that maybe this $50 to acquire 5 clients, that's 10 per client, it is really worthwhile because of the customer lifetime value. You're looking long term. Like once acquired the customer, it's spending, keep coming back to your store and generating a lot of revenues from this initial $50 investment. So you see what works for your business or what does not work, depending on what kind of channels you want to market, how much you want to spend, the budget. And maybe it works better acquiring the clients directly rather than through a gallerist or art dealers, because they would take up to 50%, and that's a lot of money, and you need to always spend that 50% over again. And maybe after all, it's better for you to sell art prints from your own artist website or Shopify or Society6, Redbubble, rather than working with a gallerist. So you need to know all of that in order to calculate and make your own strategies. Last but not the least, it helps you to understand, attract certain kind of clients, because you want to know who are the most valuable clients and who spend the most money, no fuss, just, a lot of revenues. You need to understand where they are, what they do, what they like to watch, where they like to shop their, interior design and home decorations, so you can be at where they usually go, so maybe on Instagram, or you can launch a Facebook campaign. You can even be at the networking events so that you can meet potential VIP clients that will give you a lot of revenue. And you only need to understand them so you can serve them. If you don't understand them, you will not be able to attract them efficiently, serve them, and capture their hearts and attention, and your business won't grow as much. So after all, this whole customer lifetime value thing is not about value. It's about customer. It's about people. It's about serving your customers. And maybe you say, hey, I don't want to be a service to my customers. I want to make my art. Okay, you can make your art, but then you can launch your advertisement campaign. Maybe you can really launch the campaign and lower the acquisition costs and be more efficient at targeting specific customers that bring you the most value. That's also a good point. Let me know in the comment below, how would you like to capture your clients and what kind of clients are the most valuable clients to your art business. I would love to know. And that's it for today. Maybe in another video, I will continue talking about how to capture customers through different methods on different social media. Let me know what kind of videos you would like to watch. I'm making one every day. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you next.